It's Rachel and John, and it is late night, and we got a little bit of green tinge going on here because it's the... There you go. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Johnny had at one point put Irish jig legs on us on a video from the Irish Design Center, which we'll talk about in a minute here. But anyways, welcome to your Jagoff Late Night, and just so you know, we record this at 5 Foster Plaza every Friday from 5 to 6, and we welcome you to come. If you'd like to be our food purveyor for the evening, you just bring enough for everybody to share, right?
There you go. Mm-hmm. That's what it's about. Make sure you're checking us out as often as possible, and know that we want you to join us because we want to know more Pittsburgh stories. Like this one. What was the blog post about? Big news, new website.
Yeah,
I loved what you did. I did nothing with our new website revamp. John and Dan did everything, and they literally... It looks like a whole new thing. Like, I was expecting it to be like, oh, I'll still navigate this way. It's phenomenal, and it's easy to use. Good job.
A lot less fonts, a lot less widgets, and hopefully it's a better experience.
John learned stuff. Notice that widgets.
Yes. Yeah. I know terminology, but it's like me fixing a plug and then thinking, I fixed the plug so I can wire a new house.
Exactly.
It's just not tangible.
But you kept to your old habits because even though the term Jagoff is a term of endearment, and we are proud of that, we still call out Jags regularly. If they're driving, if they're parking, if they're doing something silly as a criminal, we still call them out.
So I was on, everybody knows the frustration of Murraysville, Route 22, right? Going out towards Johnstown or Altoona. You know the frustration of it. It's a lot of traffic. And at one point you're at a red light, and then you're a stoplight, and then the incline, it goes up. It inclines. Yes. Mm-hmm. And the picture is two tractor trailers side by side at a red light trying to get a cold start on the green light. Like, they should not be side by side. That's a Jag move.
That's a Jag move.
Yeah.
And you called them out for it.
I called them out. So the two trucks on 22, you're Jagoffs.
There you go.
All right.
Who is not a Jagoff? The person sitting to John's left, it is Marin Petrone, who is no stranger to our podcast. As I was introducing you to one of the audience members, I said, we've known you for 8 years, and we've been affiliated with the Pittsburgh Irish Festival for that time.
It's really
and it's
been
such
8 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
We love it. Yeah.
Me too.
Nothing we love more. But the beauty of this is you do not, even though you do it all, you are the official do-it-all person for Pittsburgh Irish Festival. You don't actually pump out your own Irish stew regularly.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
But Tom does.
My dad and my wife do.
Yes.
Are the main stew cookers in the family.
I didn't know. Brittany too. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She and my dad run the stew. And Tom's the Italian guy. Yes. But he has perfected the Irish stew.
He really has.
I love the fact that we even did one of our Jagging Around or G-Chats, whatever it was, a video from your dad's kitchen while
I think it was still our highest rated one yet.
Yes. Oh, the Irish stew. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So much fun.
The recipe is amazing.
I watched it 27 times because I love the stews. Trying to reach through the screen and grab it because I love the Irish.
It is pretty good. Yeah. I mean, we got some amazing recipes handed down from our Irish ancestors, and we've tweaked them so that we can cook them for the masses. So those are really the only changes we've made.
So, Marin, why are you here giving us Irish stew? I mean, we know that we're recording this the eve of St. Patrick's Day weekend, but...
Yes. Well, so St. Patrick's Day itself is on Monday, so perfect for the airtime of this. But everyone is going to be, and all of their green celebrating this weekend.
Yes.
At the parade in downtown Pittsburgh.
Right.
So what better time than to enjoy Irish cooking?
Right.
On the St. Patrick's Day weekend.
And the clock is ticking on the Pittsburgh Irish Festival.
Yeah, I mean, we're less than 6 months out.
Wow.
And we're doing, you know how they say...
It's like waiting for Santa.
I know. I know, for me it's a little different. But you know how they say the early bird gets the worm?
Yes.
We do a super early bird discount.
This.
So the super early bird gets the cheapest Irish Festival tickets.
Okay.
So we sell them at their lowest rate from now through May 1st. So if you're planning on coming to the Irish Festival, now's your time to get your tickets. You cannot beat the prices we have right now.
Okay.
And it is a blast.
Yeah. It's literally I've heard him explain this. It is learning new culture if you don't know the Irish culture, and we mean this from a heartfelt place. Sometimes people go, oh, culture, this will be fun. It is the most interesting thing, from cooking demos to live bands to genealogy. I mean, there's just so many things for people.
Yeah, well, our mission is to not only promote and celebrate the Irish culture, but to also make sure we're doing it in an authentic way. We want people who are in Pittsburgh really are familiar with just the color green and leprechauns and four-leaf clovers. Well, actually, four-leaf clovers aren't even the symbol of Ireland. It's shamrocks.
Yeah.
And so we want to make sure people know the difference. And there's been a lot of things that have been Americanized. And that's great. And that's how it happens for any culture. But we want to make sure people are getting an authentic view of what Ireland was like, what it is like now, and what Ireland wants to be in the future.
Listen, she has a little bit of something to drop.
Is that
So
right?
since the Pittsburgh Irish Festival is in September, you are going to you're going to give us our food.
Oh,
I know. You can give us our food.
Tell me
but-
when you're ready.
Well, we want to know who's coming to the Irish Festival.
Oh, well, so you guys are going to be the first to hear. So drum roll or anything. So the entertainment lineup is going to feature Gaelic Storm, the Screaming Orphans, the Fitzgeralds, which is a new band of the Irish
Okay.
Festival, a new gentleman named Elias Alexander who does stuff that you have never heard of.
Really?
Allie the Piper with her 4-piece
Yes.
band. She's actually coming on March 20th to Pittsburgh at the Craft House if you're
Okay.
interested in attending. We've got our harpist Denos Doyle. We're going to have the return of corned beef and curry. We've got the Bastard Bearded Irishman. We've got the Low Kings. And I mean, I'm not even scratching the surface, but we're going to be releasing the full entertainment lineup in just a couple weeks now. So that's just a little sneak peek.
I will take it. And I will also take what you
All
have
right.
to your left. What's
So
over
I have a
there?
couple things for you. So
Okay.
the first is our, I would say, world famous Irish stew. The only thing that we've done a little bit differently is in Ireland, it's usually made with lamb. We do it with beef just because that's what people tend to prefer at the festival.
It's Friday inland.
Yeah. But it's St. Patrick's Day weekend. I think that Patrick would
Right.
forgive
John
us.
has absolved everyone already. He
Yeah,
told us
I
ahead
think
of
that
time.
Patrick would forgive us.
It is
Yes.
so good, Marin.
And then we also
Oh,
have some
no.
shortbread. So do you want to try it or do you want me to save it for later?
We definitely want
My daughter's in the background, very upset that she's not also trying the
I
Irish
know,
stew
she's
right
upset.
now.
Marin,
Where
Where does everybody go for tickets?
pghirishfest.org.
Tell us, did you bring us a junk drawer gift?
I did. And it's so weird because this actually wasn't my junk drawer.
love
This
this.
is
Oh my gosh.
a $2 bill.
I love $2 bills. I just like
How
to
often
say.
do you see one of these?
I mean, I
Right.
used to collect them. I'm not kidding.
yeah,
This is awesome.
There was more than one. I'm going to give them to Parker when the Tooth Fairy comes.
I have to give a shout out to your dad, Tom. Check out the Pittsburgh Design Center.
The
because
Irish Design Center.
So, I mean, Irish,
Tom
I'm
Petrone
sorry.
and Mark Krasinski own the Irish
Amazing.
Design Center in Oakland. A great place to shop
Get your
all
Irish
year
on
round.
all year
You
round.
Jagoff.
That's right,
Absolutely.
that's right.
Check out the People's Gas commercial that, listen, it's warm out now, so we got to change this up. We'll be back with you, Jagoff Late Night.
It's John and Rachel.
And I'm Nick with People's Natural Gas.
And this is a Jag Brag.
Well, it's been a chilly winter here in Western Pennsylvania, but our team at People's has been working around the clock to keep you safe and warm without busting your budget.
We at Peoples believe that everyone deserves the peace of mind to keep their homes warm during the cold winter months. Just like extra layers of clothing protect us from the cold, we have our customer assistance programs that protect people in need.
Layers. I could use layers right now. Like what?
First, we have a program that's open to all income levels, budget billing, which spreads peak season costs over the course of the year. CAP is our main program. It provides an income-based monthly payment to provide a more predictable bill. Our team also helps customers apply for grants from the Dollar Energy Fund and LIHEAP, which can further help cover winter heating costs.
Well, these are good layers, and those are good programs to help make big bills into smaller bills. What about if people have issues with their home that they need to fix?
Yeah, we do that too. You might be eligible for weatherization upgrades, which make your home more energy efficient, saving you money. And Peoples provides emergency repair assistance to help cover critical heating system repairs to help keep you warm through the winter months.
Well, Danielle, now I feel all layered up, ready, so bring on the cold.
Great. Well, if you or anyone you know needs help keeping your home warm this winter, please give us a call, 1-800-400-WARM.
You can also go to peoples-gas.com. We have a program finder there that's quick, free, easy to use, anonymous. You can find out what programs you're eligible for. We're here to help you make lives better for everyone in our community.
It's Rachel and John. It's late night. Thanks for hanging out with us again. Reminding you can come hang out with us at 5 Foster Plaza because we have interesting Pittsburgh stories and interesting Pittsburghers like our current guests.
People we get to reminisce with who we haven't seen in, I think, 4 years. say it's not so, Jim Rooney.
Well, and when we saw each other 4 years ago, it was on Zoom.
It was on Zoom. That is correct.
Right.
Different world.
Different world, prideful moment.
Yes.
Was very, and let me share with everyone what the one and only Jim Rooney is talking about is when we were going through we were in COVID, and then we had some unfortunate social unrest, and we did a panel discussion that we slated for 40 minutes and went 2.5 hours.
Right.
And to date is still our absolute favorite interaction with Pittsburgh people. I really believe that all of us made a difference in people's lives, and that's something that stays in my heart. So,
Well, I love that you guys are willing to have conversations that aren't always easy, that people don't always want to have, but are important to have. So
we appreciate that.
grateful that you had me on, but I'm glad you guys do that.
Oh.
And I think that we were appreciative of everybody buying into the fact that we do lighthearted stories. We're not daffy, we're not silly, but we do lighthearted stories. But the fact that we were able to take that on and people found the confidence in us to at least anchor it and and keep it going. But thought it was great that Arthur Motes was on from his
car.
as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, he
we'll
probably
never forget it.
everybody probably told their significant others, I'll just be about 20 minutes on this thing, and then 2 hours later. So we
2
appreciate you
hours
coming
later.
here. So this is our new place. What do you think?
I love it. I love the whole, the historic nature of KDKA and being in their facilities. I love the graphics. So you're all ready to go.
We appreciate it. So we were watching you do some amazing media things with people and seeing, that you are constantly on the scene. We wanted to have you here so you could tell us a little bit about the book, the audiobook. What is happening?
Yeah. So as you know, before the big talk, I was on sometime to talk about the book I did about my father, but then COVID happens.
Yep.
So then Penguin Random House Audio bought the audio rights, and I spent probably half of last year reading a book. It took many, many tries to read the book that I wrote. But it was a great experience. I did these interviews with Franco, obviously before he passed. I did an interview with Rocky, Mel Blount. Joe Green reads a piece of the book for me. And then I start the book with Coach Cower, and I end the book with Coach Tomlin. Really powerful stories about how my father impacted their lives. So you get me reading the book, but you also get these really powerful stories from folks we all love to hear from and how my father influenced them.
So, Jim, we talk about the Steeler Way all the time, and one time we actually had a chance to interview Troy Polamalu and his wife, and we asked his wife about the Steeler Way and how, they feel that they want, it's not a pressure at all, but it's a legacy to leave, that even the significant others are part of the community and doing good in the community. I thought that was really kind of resounding, and that the players don't just take it on, their families do.
Well, and I think that's such a great example. Troy and Theodore are just amazing people, but we'd like to say that we come in and we do these things with rookies and we're the influence, but if we're bringing the right folks in, they already want to do these things in the community, so it helps make us look good. But these players are just so amazing. Now you see what Cam Hayward's doing with Cam's Week of Kindness, and just so many guys are so involved. And then the retired players, Charlie Batch and Mel Blount, over and over again. It is great to watch these guys perform as athletes, but to me, even more so to see them out in the community.
And I think, as you were saying, the fact that you captured the stories of some of the great names that you talked about, and I love that you started it with Cower and ended it with Tomlin, but actually having their voices, that had to be impactful. What kind of feedback are you getting? I mean, for you alone, but what are the audience members saying?
So I've had some really good feedback, and one of the Amazon, or everyone now gives feedback right away online and stars and everything. So we got
whether you want it or not.
We got 4.5 stars. Yeah, trust me, I'm used to the not wanting it. But on the book, they've just been so positive. But doing it, I sat down with Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL, and Roger and I were in tears at the end of this conversation. So we didn't put that in the book.
Sure.
But it was just, you have this experience of this man who was so influential in your life, and then to get to go back 5 years later and reflect. It was just another chance to think about his memories, think about his impact, but also mourn again. And I think that's an
Sure.
important part of it, to have that experience that you had someone that was special, they're gone, and it's good to have, okay, it hurts to miss my mother, it hurts to miss my father, it hurts to miss whoever was
Sure.
important in your life, and to share that with someone. That was probably the piece that I enjoyed the most, other than obviously, trying to tell the story.
Sure.
Sure.
So I think it's interesting that you lived it and then you relived it by retelling the story. So did you really catch things you didn't catch earlier in your life about what your mom and the influence your mom and dad had on yourselves and the players spouses and their families?
So it's funny because I have been asked that question several times. And
Doggone it.
I knew it.
So
I didn't ask it.
There was one example that is yes to that. So Commissioner Paul Tagliabue said, your father, and we all know my father and kind of what he looked like, especially at the end. He looked old and frail and all those things. He said, your father was the best risk taker I've ever seen in my life. I said, Commissioner, tell me what you mean by that. He said, the Rooney Rule. He said the things he did with the Players Association and the collective bargaining agreement. He said he was willing to step across aisles and step into things that other folks are just afraid that they'd ruin their reputation by doing because there's controversy involved. And he said he just did it seamlessly. He did it effortlessly. He listened to people on all sides of these issues. He was always willing to do that. And we think of risk takers as the guys that make all the money and do all that.
Sure.
But it was about sort of this personal character of being able to do something that's different. So that was a cool story. The other answer to your question, I know you guys want to ask better questions than me keep blabbing.
No, that's it's why you're here.
But everyone said one thing about my dad. And it was do the right thing. Mm-hmm. And whenever you came to a challenging thing, and I remember I go, we would make $10 million if we did this. I always had some money scheme that I had going, how we could make more money. He said, quit thinking about money. We do the right thing. And when I talked to Cower, when I talked to Mel Blount, Paul Tagliabue, Rocky, every one of them said whenever we were at a cross point, Dan Rooney would say, well, what's the right thing to do? And that was the decision. It wasn't about how are you going to make money? How are you going to get more popular? It was about let's do the right thing. So that was validated rather than something new that I heard.
Yeah.
That's such a good point, because my question was really going to be, it had to be from, my story is a little, I have somewhat of a family legacy with my father, but certainly not to your extent. But I often wonder, do other people see him the way I see him? And so it has to be interesting to see what their takes are on him, right? So that had to be an interesting piece.
It was cool because the feeling is similar, but it is kind of cool that they all have kind of a different story and a different perspective of how he changed them. With Cower, it was always about having this open door policy that he could come in and talk to him all the time. With Tomlin, it was more a similar story, but that he would talk about sort of my dad having his arm around him and him walking around the facility. And each of them had sort of a different example, but at the end, the feeling was that same feeling.
I love that, Jim. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Where can everybody get this? Because it's still, I don't care if it's St. Patrick's Day, Christmas, or June.
Right.
People need to know about this.
So I hope folks enjoy the story. You download it wherever you download audiobooks. So Audible is Amazon's, Apple Books, and BarnesandNoble.com, I think, are the main places to download audiobooks.
I love it. We appreciate you coming on. It's always a pleasure to see you.
It is Jim Rooney, who is the author of A Different Way to Win Dan Rooney's Story, from the Super Bowl to the Rooney Rule. So again, we captured you on a parade one day, and that's how this whole relationship started.
Yes.
Remember,
Yes.
we hijacked you. So we will be back with more Jagoff Late Night. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Great to see you.
Always good to see you.
Can
That
I
was
take
so.
your orders?
You need a tablet?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwiches to cook. Here we go.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permanis. So we brought our friends from People's Gas.
Please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project or something small like a mailbox. Always call before you dig.
I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
I've been thinking that Rohrich Automotive needs a new jingle.
Rohrich Automotive got the best cars around Pittsburgh.
Driving a Rohrich, I bought it at Rohrich. Picked up my new car at Rohrich Automotive. I got friends at Rohrich Automotive where the staff is nice and the dealership's loaded with brand new cars. And you can drive real far.
KB Plumbing. KB Plumbing. KB Plumbing. Ben! Wow.
What are we doing in here, John?
Ben, I can't get this to go. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know. I need like 22 liters per minute come out of there when I shower.
22 liters per minute?
Yeah.
Well, you got the wrong shower head.
Okay.
22 liters per minute.
All right.
So what you want to do is, there's a couple different options. Get rid of this guy. You can get yourself one with a nice one.
Yeah.
You got stuck in this tight space. That would
Yeah.
definitely work for, a little undercarriage cleaning, if you know what I'm talking about.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, get rid of this, get one of those, and then you should be ready to go.
Oh, man.
Can you watch where you're at next time you call me?
Yeah, this is kind of weird.
Yeah, thanks, pal.
We're in downtown Leechburg, and I'm with Ian from Semper Gratis. Woo! We're going to talk about this incredible 5K.
Coming up on March 22nd, we have the Shamrock Shuffle 5K and 1 mile family fun walk. We've been doing it for 9 years now. Last year we had about 500 registered participants. For the kids, we have a balloon artist, we got face paint, we have Disney princesses, we got Marvel superheroes. It's all about creating an experience, so it's not just your standard 5K. So it weaves through the neighborhood of West Leechburg. We have a great sense of presence from the community that's embraced us for all these years. And it's been nothing but amazing to watch how it's grown and taken on its own life. So we have 2 events in the same day. The morning is, again, the Shamrock Shovel 5K and Family Fun Walk, and then the evening is Small Town Loud Voice.
John and I have gotten so good at figuring out when the other one's chewing. John has a mouthful of Tom Patrone's Irish stew from the Pittsburgh Irish Festival. Not from September. Don't worry. Marin brought in a fresh batch for us. So I'm talking because it's John and Rachel, you Jagoff Late Night. So glad to be here with somebody who's become a fast friend. Deborah, it is so good to see you again. If anyone needs reference, we were at Phipps Conservatory, and let me tell you, I always feel like Phipps, you need to like genuflect or like it's Phipps. Like it's this just amazing, reverent place, but it was completely packed that day, and I love seeing so much life there.
Absolutely, but I think it's the power of plants.
Sure.
As soon as you walk in, well, I know my blood pressure goes lower.
Yes.
You're just a sense of calm, a little bit of zen going on. So I think that's really part of it.
I think you're right, and that's why you work there now.
It's the most beautiful office I've ever had.
Oh, there you go. And you don't even have to take care of the plants.
Isn't that great?
Right.
Yes. People who do that for us.
Yes.
I don't have to water them.
And
they
they're
don't
phenomenal.
die. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Now, as people follow the blog or the podcast, we did a little video about LaFleur and a little silliness going on at Phipps, right? And so I think that's why you're here to talk about. You're here to talk about LaFleur.
First I wanted to see if you learned how to say it.
Yes,
LaFleur.
LaFleur.
There you go.
LaFleur. Yes. So this is LaFleur at Phipps, presented by Citizens. This is a brand new event, and it is all part of the kickoff to Earth Month, the whole month of April. And it was just perfect timing because our spring show opens at the very end of March, on the 24th of March. So it was perfect to have spring flowers, chase the winter blues away, and have an event that really is focused all on flowers and their influence in art. And so it's an evening of performance and music and flowers and really delicious food from Black Radish Kitchen, and fun. And so we're really excited about it.
And this is a Rhonda Zegarelli acrobatique sort of brainchild, right?
Yeah, so they reached out, Rhonda reached out to us to collaborate with her. She has done Ecolution for a number of years.
We love Ecolution.
Isn't that a great event?
Absolutely. One of our favorites. We're not just saying that.
No, it's a wonderful event. And so we were super excited when Rhonda reached out and wanted to do something at Phipps. who wouldn't want to do that partnership?
Yeah. Right.
And so her idea really was to do this as a kickoff event to Earth Month for the whole month of April. And there will be activities all over the city for Earth Month. And it coincides, like I said, with the spring show, but our theme for the spring show is a bloom in every room. And so Rhonda curating this, we literally have something happening in every room of the glass house. So we have musicians and dancers and fashion designers and artists. It's going to be a fantastic night.
For those who don't know Rhonda Zigarelli, you should, but you also know, as we talked about Ecolution, when she puts a show on, she puts a show on.
It is
and
a show.
That's why this is going to be a magnificent. It's going to be, oh my God, did you miss that kind of
That's right.
right? If you don't get your ticket.
Tell me you're not going to miss it. Nobody wants to miss
Right.
this. It's going to be
Right.
really a wonderful evening. And really, it's just everything nature and flowers and earth and art in one room for one night, and it's going to be spectacular.
If you're just catching up, it is Deborah French Gorman from Phipps Conservatory talking about LaFleur. I want to say it correctly. And it's happening on what date? And tell us a little more about it.
So it's happening on April 3rd, and it will be a full conservatory strolling event. So the entire glass house is open, and literally we have something in every room. We have artists, we have fashion models, we have vocalists, we have musicians. It's really going to be
Is there
something
a harp?
for everybody.
Is there a harp somewhere?
Not this time.
All right, I'll bring
There's
it.
not a harp this time.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
put that on the list for next time. To have
There
a harp.
you go.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, as we talked, and honestly, it was such an enjoyable conversation when we chatted last month about, the logistics of it. The fact that when you say every room is different than the next.
Absolutely.
And the fact that there's going to be, as you said, a different principal in each room, to me, that resonates so Pittsburgh.
It is. We are so blessed, really, to have the creativity and the artistry and the talent in Pittsburgh. And it goes across all genres. I mean, anywhere you look, we have such talented people, and they're really bringing all of those talents into one space for one night and sharing it with everybody who comes out for the event.
Yeah.
And so there really is something for everybody. And even if you don't think it's for you, you might discover something new in a different room as you're
There
going
you go.
to another room.
Exactly.
So
Sure.
it really is going to be fun.
And that's what happened to me, actually, because I had never been to Phipps. As a matter of shameful. So, but I've checked that one off of my list.
There you go.
Which I had a couple of years ago. I still haven't seen the Godfather movies yet. But so maybe I'll go to the Godfather movies and see
there's
them
no
at the
hope.
Phipps. But anyways,
In the same sentence. That's amazing.
When I go there, it's just absolutely amazing. And you think about the winter that we had, which, and to go there and just get a break from everything is really that. You get to do that on a daily basis.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. So you get to walk into a tropical forest if you want. You get to walk into where there are butterflies, and every room is different. And it's just a really wonderful respite from winter and shaking off the blues and the cold air. I'm really done with the cold air.
Sure.
But it's lovely inside.
But if you're like me and you've never taken that opportunity, this is the way to see the Phipps.
Well, this would be the day to do
Yes,
it.
right.
Is
And it
April
is
3rd
true.
is the day to go.
And as much as we definitely encourage people to come, but it is true that so often Pittsburghers are procrastinators. We say it all the time. I haven't really been to, and now I'm drawing a blank of what it is. I can see it. But there are places, even as a Pittsburgher, that I've not been. You say,
Absolutely.
oh, I'll get there. And then the frick. I've not been in
Yes.
the frick.
Well,
I need
people
to go.
come all the time, and we say, "Have you ever been to Phipps before?" And they're like, "Oh, I think I was on a field trip a long time ago."
It's a Cub
Exactly.
Scout
Like you were
or
in
Boy Scout.
third grade,
Yes,
right? So
yes.
Yeah, that's not good.
Some things have changed.
Yes.
Yeah.
But really to reconnect to it, because it is such a Pittsburgh institution, but there's so much new about it as well. And so this is really, really, if you had to pick one day out of 365 days,
Yeah.
This is it.
April 3rd is the day.
All right.
And you're doing good for everybody because you're raising money and and
Absolutely.
celebrating Earth Day.
We
Okay.
are, and we're really just highlighting that we have one planet to take really good care of, and so let's do it. So,
Where can everybody get tickets and find out more information?
so they can go to the Phipps website, which is phipps.conservatory.org.
Easy.
It is on our website. We are on our social media, so there are links. You can go to Green Voice, which is Rhonda's
Publication,
publication, and she's got a link on Green Voice. So Tickets are available pretty much anywhere you turn around.
Get them. There
Get
you
them.
go.
Yes, get there and get there.
Speaking of get them, did you get into your junk drawer to offer us
Oh,
something?
well, I did.
Okay, we're
I
excited.
did. So I have two things.
Okay. Yeah,
so
you
we
can
were
always
talking.
unload
We were
here.
talking at the office, and so this is actually a Phipps postcard, and I think it's from the '60s. So that's how long it's been in a
awesome.
junk drawer.
Oh my God! So is this at Phipps?
That's the
junk drawer.
rotary room.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Oh my God.
You can
love
even
it.
tell like the font on the back. It's
It
so
is
60s.
so 60s.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's wild.
Love.
And then this is a mystery item. So I literally found this in my own junk drawer at my desk, and the mystery is I have no idea what it is.
Things that make you go,
So this is for
Things
you
that
guys
make
to
you go,
figure out
It
what it
is
is.
part of a vaporizer.
I thought it looked like a kazoo, but
or
it's missing
an
parts.
icing decorator
Yeah,
thing,
there-
you know?
Oh.
So for those
I
on the
know.
audio portion, make sure you go look at the video because it's a plastic tube about 3 inches long, and it looks like it. Again, I think it goes on an icing tube thing.
Well, maybe it is. I don't know. I have
don't
no
know if I
idea
buy that.
why it would be in my office drawer. I have no idea. Not decorating,
But I love
any
that you're
cakes, but-
partaking with us. Deborah, it has been so nice to get to know you, honestly. And we have to stay in touch and know more about Phipps because I am
Absolutely.
infatuated. In my older age, I told you this, I now pretend to have a green thumb, but I love seeing all the plant and all the life around. So we need to do more.
That's why you come to Phipps, because you don't have to take care of the plants.
That's it.
Yeah. Longest living
not on you.
planted plant, right? Longest living
Yes.
on
I think
this side of the Mississippi
Yes.
in North America?
Yes.
Yeah. Longest
I think so.
living.
We had one of our
potted
bonsai trees
plant.
is 75 years old, so
Oh my goodness.
and looking pretty good.
And looking
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah.
Not like the rest of us.
We would be remiss if we didn't ask one quick question. It is National Pie Day. What's your favorite?
Stump the guest.
Yeah.
I would have to say cherry pie.
She's
She didn't
my
say
cherry
3.14?
pie. Yeah.
My favorite one.
All right.
There you go.
Deborah French Gorman, it's a pleasure to talk to you. Next up, we have a new and fresh and young musician who's going to chat it up with us and perform on your Jagoff Late Night.
I'm Scott Baker, president and founder of 5 Generation Bakers. You probably know us for our famous Jenny Lee swirl bread. We know Jenny Lee is delicious on its own, but we want to answer this question. How do you swirl with Jenny Lee?
Welcome to People's Clean Hydrogen Pilot Program. Here sits no ordinary container. It's a drop-in unit that transforms natural gas into clean, cost-effective hydrogen that could provide you with affordable, safe, and reliable energy with as few emissions as possible, removing carbon and making a product, not a pollutant. So no, it's no ordinary box. It's a powerful decarbonization tool, and just one of the ways Peoples is innovating the future of energy.
Those right here in Castle Shannon, the Where You At? I've got Ellie and Joe, the owners here. Now, it's not only you two that are the owners, right?
We are not the owners.
Okay.
The owners are Tassos, the barista, and Devin, the creator, artisan, maybe one of the best artisan bakers in Pittsburgh, of all of the breads, the croissant, and everything people love here.
Yeah, it's made by Devin, his talented hands.
Joe's husband.
Who happens to be my husband. I'm very lucky.
It's Rachel and John, and I think all the segments are our favorite, but to be honest with you, the music segment is a legacy since we've started the podcast, is that we always pay tribute to local musicians. So we love this. So I'll stop gabbing and welcome Connor Parente to the Jagoff Late Night. How are you?
I'm great.
He said the last name right.
Sorta.
Ish.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
What did I get?
Parente.
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 Yes.
I did. I put the
Italiano.
Pittsburgh spin on it. Yeah.
That's good.
So
We
Connor,
love
welcome
Italiano.
to the podcast. Is this your first time around here? But we have some pretty nice digs here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No, acclimate us to the style of music.
The style of music. I'd say it's kind of like classic rock vibes.
Okay.
I'd say. that's mostly what I listen to and what I go for.
Okay.
But obviously it's not like made in the 60s, so
Yeah.
it sounds a little different.
Okay.
But that's the main
That's your genre,
inspiration.
though?
That's
As
my
you're
genre.
wearing a
It's,
Doors Jim Morrison
yeah.
shirt?
Yeah, rock and roll.
And what turned you on to that era of music?
I have no idea.
Is that
I
right?
have a little bit of an idea. I mean, I have a friend named Ben. He's a very old soul. He's a big B.B. King fan. He's a blues guy.
okay.
He got me into
Love
the
that.
Doors.
Okay.
And it all started when he told me, "You're listening to all this rock and roll music that I'm showing you. You got to listen to Bob Dylan." And Bob is my hero. And I remember sitting on my floor listening to "Don't Think Twice, It's All Right" for the first time, and I was blown away. And so that's kind of how I delved into everything.
That's pretty wild. Yeah. So
Did you watch Did you watch the movie?
I loved the movie.
I am not a huge Bob Dylan fan, but loved the movie. It was fantastic.
Oh yeah, and Timothy Chalamet is wonderful.
Amazing. Let me say, I don't love his sound. I love his lyrics. Is that fair?
That's
He's a
fair.
good
That's a
writer.
popular opinion.
He's a good writer.
I'm always an apologist to his voice.
Okay.
But,
Yeah. Right.
but
well, I don't want to digress too much, but you have to see the We Are the World behind the scenes because they said it was really tough to get. Stevie Wonder came to the rescue on that one. I got to tell
And
you,
he did great.
He did great. He did great. He pulled through. So you are going to perform for us, but before you tell us a little bit about the song, where do you typically perform?
I perform a lot of places around the city. Anyone that'll take me.
We have Phipps. We have Acrisure Stadium. Yeah.
Tomorrow, actually, I'm playing for a little St. Patrick's Day shindig, I suppose, at Jagoff's in Greenfield.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'll be playing there, playing some classic Irish tunes. I play at the Leaf and Bean in the Strip District. Me and I have a band that I play with, my whole band, and it's still my songs, but it's with a full backing band. And we've played at Moondogs and where's that, Blonox?
Yes.
And Steamworks in Gibsonia.
Oh yeah, we've heard a lot about that.
Yeah.
Do you have anything coming up soon?
Anything coming up soon? You know what?
Other than tomorrow.
I'm playing at the coal mine it's in Castle Shannon next Saturday, and not a lot of ton on the top of my head. We're working out some new dates for the band.
Okay.
I got a lot of solo gigs coming up. All that can be found at ConnorParente.com, ConnorParente.com, or Connor Parente on any Spotify, Apple Music. It's all there.
It's good that you spotted me a lead right there because I won't get the name wrong. It's Connor Parente here in your Jagoff Late Night. Now, Connor, we have so many important things that we have to talk about, including your legacy. But the really important things are our questions, which are today is National Pie Day. You know, the calculation.
Yep.
So what is your favorite pie?
You know what? I'm going to go with a controversial answer.
Yes.
Pizza pie.
Oh, well done.
John
well
will
done.
love you. Look, you're so proud. You high-fived yourself. I saw it.
We high-fived
I had
you.
my other hand
Yeah.
without this microphone.
But I appreciate the layup on the name reminder as you gave your website. Give it one more time.
ConnorParente.com, ConnorParente.com.
And do you have a junk drawer item for us?
Yes, I do.
While you're getting it, tell us what song you're going to be doing.
It'll be my song, which is streaming everywhere, called "Going Electric." That's a little Bob Dylan reference. It's I sort of wrote it as a bit of a parody song, to be honest, and it kind of fell into something more than that, obviously.
That's cool.
But I was like, you know what? I haven't written like a poppy song, like 3 minutes, catchy chorus, and it was kind of a writing challenge to do something like that, and apparently it came off good because it's my most streamed and everything. So
We love that.
Sweet.
Great.
All right.
All
Nice. Right. Okay.
Hand
so
over the
junk drawer
Junk drawer
gift,
gift.
an essential for a musician. I've got a guitar tuner.
Oh my
I don't think we've ever
gosh!
gotten
Wow,
a
we have
tuner.
not. No, I think we have a capo, right?
We
think we have a capo.
We have a full drawer full of picks. But
Yeah.
we've
Oh,
never
yeah.
gotten a
Only
tuner.
thing we don't
I
have
thought
is a
about
guitar.
doing that, but that one recently died on me. So
Thank you. So it goes to the Jags. All right. So you're going to take a listen to Connor shortly, but first up are the 4-1-2 do's from Visit Pittsburgh. Stay with us on your Jagoff Late Night.
Hi everyone, this is Taylor Spirito with Visit Pittsburgh, here to tell you the 4-1-2 to-dos. Get your Guinness and shepherd's pies ready, because St. Patrick's Day weekend is officially upon us. Pittsburgh is rich in Irish culture, so be sure to hit up some of the city's authentic Irish pubs to celebrate. But of course, the celebration wouldn't be complete without the annual Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day Parade, which is one of the biggest in the country. It kicks off on Saturday at 10 a.m. on Liberty Avenue near the Greyhound station and heads further into downtown through Grant Street and Boulevard of the Allies before dispersing near Point State Park. And the celebration doesn't end with the parade. The thaw continues Saturday evening in Market Square for a second weekend honoring the transition from winter to spring. I think Mother Nature caught wind of the thaw because temperatures are looking to be nice and warm for the festivities. This weekend's theme is Shamrock and Roll, and Irish music and culture is set to take over Market Square. If shamrocks aren't your thing, what about some flowers? The Pittsburgh Home and Garden Show is at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center through the end of the weekend. Take advantage of a great opportunity to browse displays from hundreds of exhibitors showcasing a wide array of products and services designed to add value to your home. There are plenty of other events happening throughout the city as well. The Penguins are back in town for a 5-game homestand, a Whitney Houston tribute concert is being held at the Kelly Strayhorn Theater on Saturday, and the Pittsburgh Japanese Film Festival kicks off this week. Until next time.
I'm Connor Parente, and this is my song, Going Electric. When I first saw you standing there, pale face, flowers in your hair, oh, my heart was beaming. Back then I was waking up, had a dream, and baby it's tough, but I'm still dreaming. How long before we call it quits? So long and I still can't get it. Let go, can't grow. Rock music on the radio can't fall if you go slow. No, I can't see you anymore. Oh, no. You say my music's alright, guess you had something better in mind, but all's forgiven. 'Cause I've seen how these blues boys play, unscathed by the soft and safe, and I'm going with them. Will you face your world against the wild? I ain't gonna live for long, so let's ride. Let go, can't grow. Rock music on the radio can't fall if you go slow. No, I can't see you anymore. Let go, can't grow. Rock music on the radio. No, you can't fall if you go slow. I don't know, I can't see you anymore. I can't see you. No, I can't see you. Oh, baby, I can't see you. I can't see you.
John, you were too busy
How
eating
about
Irish
this?
stew and
No, I was
videoing.
actually doing a Facebook Live teaser or Instagram Live. So first of all, thank you. That was pretty awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, wow, you came in like, you're kind of mild-mannered when we were doing the interview, and then all of a sudden you blow us out of the water. That's pretty cool.
Bobby Dylan, ladies and gentlemen. All right, one more time. Where can everybody find you and follow you?
Everyone can find me and follow me. Instagram, Facebook, any of those social media places. Connor Parente, streaming, Spotify, YouTube. Got some music videos up on YouTube that are pretty cool. And all of those can be found at ConnorParente.com.
And this is RACHAEL and JOHN, and we are out. Have an amazing weekend. It's your Jagoff Late Night.